Hello everyone, welcome to Code Frontier. I am Suraj Hemnani and today we will be starting our web development journey through HTML fundamentals. But before that, I would like to thank you all for your responses and feedback on the previous videos. Keep showing this love and keep learning. So without further ado, let's get started with HTML fundamentals. As you can see in the logo HTML, there is written 5 over there. So what is 5? The current version of HTML is HTML5. That's why it's a logo having 5 as a letter. So HTML fundamental. What is HTML? HTML is Hypertext Markup Language. So what is hypertext? Any text which has related links, the hyperlinks, is known as hypertext. For example, let's say we are reading a book and we have all the text and sentences. We do not have any related links over there. We cannot just click on or just touch any letter and we cannot redirect to another thing. So for this we have hypertext that we have generally in web pages. So the markup language that we use to do these kind of things is HTML. So that's why it's known as Hypertext Markup Language. So HTML is like the building block. So let's say we are creating a house. It has building block called bricks. So brick is the main block through which the whole building has been created, right? So whether it's a two-story building, three-story, or a single room, everything is built through bricks and cements. So through brick and cements we create walls, and these walls are again created and joined in a way, all the structure is created in a way that builds a home, a room, a kitchen, and all those things. So similar way, we have a web page. So just like you see this video you are seeing through YouTube, it is also a web page. So everything on a web page. So in this example, you see a video, everything on this page, the logo, the video, the links on the recommended videos on the right, and the channel name, everything it is HTML only. So all these are HTML elements. You see the like button, so the share button, everything, these all are HTML elements. So whatever we see on web pages, it's HTML. Clear? So let's move further. Since we said that everything is there, and we cannot just have a theory classes for HTML. So let's get started with the actual code. Let's get our hands dirty on it. But before that, if you do not have any IDs generally are like in which we code integrated development environments. So these are some examples like VS Code, Sublime Text, Notepad++. There are many, but for the sake of this video, I would recommend you can install VS Code in your system. But if you have any of these installed already on your system, you don't need to install it. So you can just pause this video here and install the VS Code on your system, and then come again and we'll go further. Okay. So once you have installed VS Code on your system, you will see the screen like this, the welcome screen. Now from here we'll create a new file. Obviously we need to create it in a folder, but I'll not share that. So currently I have this HTML folder in which I have episode 1 folder, and I'm creating a file. There are two ways you can create it. So if you have already opened it in a particular folder, you can just click on this file, or else you can just click on this welcome screen, new file. So we'll just go through this link and we can name it index. Make sure the extension is HTML. So we have to make sure that the extension is this only. The first thing that we type in HTML document is like telling the document that this is HTML. So for that mostly we'll be using these angular brackets. Okay. So for this first angular bracket, and we'll say doc type, and that is HTML. So doc type HTML. For next, everything inside the HTML that we see on the web page, it is inside HTML tag. Okay, what is tag? Tag is like anything inside these angular brackets is known as tag. Okay, so for now, from now onwards, we'll use tag for these, and it has tag has a pair. It cannot be just like tag. It has a closing tag as well. So see, it's a pair. It has an opening bracket as well as the closing one. So this is a pair of tag, and the whole is known as an element. So we can call it as element. So when we are saying that it is an HTML element, let's say we are saying that P is HTML element. So that means, so that means P is like this, two pair of tags. Okay, so here whatever we write, it will be under the paragraph tags. Okay, don't worry if you didn't understood, because we'll continue with these things and you will get to learn these terms as well. This is just a starter so that you can just get started with your first HTML page. Okay, so now everything, as I told you, it will be under HTML tag. So see, most of all the browsers are configured in a way that you create a tag, it will automatically create the closing tag for that. So here inside it we have, so HTML, when it gets rendered on the browser needs to know some data about the HTML page, like what kind of data it is, what is the metadata, like the data about data. So the data is HTML, but what kind of data it is, what what is the title of that window. So everything we can define in head tag. So this is head tag. In the head tag we have title. So if you just type in title here, this is my first web page. Okay, so this is title. Then the most important part of the thing is, most important part of HTML is body. Just like head is important, body is also important. So in the body tag we have everything that we see, it is actually inside body tag. So body tag is kind of a console that we see. So everything inside the head tag we cannot see directly, only the title is there that we can see on the top. Otherwise everything else is not a part of HTML that we see, not a part of HTML page. Whatever we write inside body, it is actually the thing or the text that we see. Okay, just now in example I used P tag, so I'll again use P tag here. Or there are heading tags, so let's say H1 is one of the headings. Don't worry, we'll discuss about what are H1, what is H2, what all header tags are there, what is P tag. We'll discuss about that in our subsequent classes. So H1, and here we'll just type hello world. So we kept the tradition on. Again, to see some action going on, we can use this marquee tool. Okay, marquee tag. This text is moving. Okay, so now how to run this? So every markup language or any language program that is written, we have to run that, and we need some setup for that, and some backend servers, database, and all of these things. But good thing about HTML is you don't need anything, just one thing, that is browser. If you have the browser and a file with extension .html, you are good to go. So the one way is you just go to that file in the folder, and from there you just open that into the browser. It can be any browser, web it can be Edge, Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, any browser that you prefer. And also you can also install one extension called live server. So once you install it, you'll be able to see this kind of go live button over there. So once you click on go live, you'll be able to see a screen like this. So you see there is a hello world, and then some marquee going on with, like, it says that this text is moving. I'll zoom it for you so that you can see it properly. This is the first hello world program that we could be where it is. Okay. So here you see also one more thing. If you are using Chrome browser, so there is one extension that we should be installing, which is so that you can just inspect this element and get to that inspect that element and see what tags have been used. For DevTools, you can just directly right click on any element and click on inspect, so you will be able to see that thing. Coming back to our program, so this is how it looked like. Okay. So yeah, so congratulations, you just built your first HTML program, and this is all what we have to do for HTML page to run. As you see, there were no uh, server setup or anything we did. We just created a file, we just opened it in web browser, and that's all. So this is our first HTML page. So once we created, so as you saw, like all these web pages are created using the basic tags and elements of HTML. But the main thing is we could not directly use them. There is a combination of these tags that builds the huge structures like YouTube and all of the major sites, and not even the smaller websites are the combinations of these tags. Just like a brick is not everything for a house. There is a combination of those bricks. There is proper structure that gets followed. Just like here is a foundation, then we have a platform. Some way some cement or bricks have been used to build these things. Then we have underwater tanks. Then we have these walls is created. The structure is already there, and then we have these. So every material is unique and is important. So all of that, the tags are like that. So you see bricks are there, cement is there, windows, doors, everything. So all of these are tags. We can assume that these are tags, and we just built house by combining all of them in a proper way. So that is HTML. So that's all about the first video that you also created your first HTML page. Now in the next video, we'll be diving deeper into adding text and links to your web page. So make sure you like this video, leave your questions and thoughts in the comment section below. And also we are open for suggestions, because we got some suggestion to change the language as well. If you prefer another language, will be good to go with that language, and that's Hindi only. So don't ask me to teach this in French or German. So yeah, until the next time, happy coding. Thanks a lot.